Number 19, we're supposed to tell whether each number is a whole number, an integer, or a rational number. So I'm going to start by doing that. I'll make a little table, whole, integer, and rational. Of course, whole numbers are 0 in the positives. Remember that O, 0 in the positives. Integers are all of our counting numbers, kind of on a number line, including the negatives. And rational ratios I can write as fractions. So I've got 16, negative 1.66. We've got 5/3, and we've got negative 1.6. Make a quick table. Okay, 16, 0 in the positives are whole numbers. So yep, this would be a whole number. It is an integer. It's kind of like a counting number on a number line. Rational ratio, can I write as a fraction? You bet, 16 over 1. If it's a whole number, it's automatically an integer. If it's an integer, it's automatically rational. Negative 1.66. Whole number, nope. Don't have any decimals for whole numbers or integers, but negative 1.66 as a fraction would be negative 1 and 66/100ths, which we could reduce, but the bottom line is I can write it as a fraction. 5/3, again, that's a fractional piece. We don't have, if it was 6/3, well, 6/3 would be 2. That'd be a different story, but 5/3, which is 1 2/3, not a whole number, not an integer, but it is already written as a fraction. And negative 1.6, it's a terminating decimal. It stops. It's not a whole, it's not an integer, but negative 1.6 is negative 1 6/10. You can write it as a fraction. As far as writing the numbers in order from least to greatest, we look for our biggest negative. Well, we've got two negative numbers, negative 1.66 and negative 1.6. If you think about on a number line, which would be the furthest to the left, it would be negative 1.66. And then it would be negative 1.6. Now, the best way to compare things, I think, is to always make them decimals. 5/3 as a decimal is 1.6 repeating. So then you look, well, 16, 1.6 repeating. 1.6 repeating is a lot smaller. But we want to write it as they gave it to us. So we'll write 5/3, and our biggest number up there is 16. So there's our numbers in order from least to greatest.